Good morning, I'm fresh out of bed. It's Thursday today. I am going to take a more concerted effort to be more restful today. I have got going to uni but not for very long, and I'm going to have a coffee. I'm going to go to Costa and chill out in an hour and a half break between the two things that I've got on. So I've got a flute lesson, my first one in absolutely ages because of logistics. I just haven't managed to fit one in for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm supposed to have had loads because she's supposed to have helped me prepare for my recital, but I've just kind of done it myself really. I mean, I'm used to doing stuff myself anyway. I've been doing it for decades. And I'm also having another rehearsal with my pianist, half an hour or so, he says. So that's not till 5:30. The flute lesson's at 3 till 4, and then the piano thing is at 5:30. So I've got this hour and a half chunk, and I'm just going to treat myself to a sit down in a cafe, honestly, and a rest, because I am feeling it, as I kept going on about yesterday, so I'll try not to go on about it today. But I just want to be good for my recital and not knackered. Oh, I'm in a bit of a stretch. You know, the older I've got, I said to my boyfriend not that long ago, now I'm getting a bit older, I'm a bit worried about having a good stretch in the morning in case I prang something. Like put something out in my neck, I'm like, ah! Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do the normal things, I'm going to get a coffee, but I have got a bit of vlog work to do. I've got to sort out my shopping vlog, I've got to film an outro and finish editing that, get that up. I might as well edit the one I filmed yesterday as well, but after that I'm going to do a bit of chilling out. I'm going to try and do some reading on the sofa and things like that in the day. I don't want to do things like that. I don't even know what my idea of pampering is. Since having the channels 8.5 years ago, I don't really tend to chill out much. That is my chilling out. I enjoy doing it so much. So I don't know. See how I go. Oh, I did do some puzzle. That's the way I chill out. That is a very good way for me to chill out because it really does slow me down. 11:05 in the morning. Of course I got the kettle on again, haven't I? Oh, and shock horror, I eventually cleaned my stove last night. You can't actually tell, but I did. Been microwaving leftover coffee from the pot earlier. Since I changed brand slightly, I'm still using the Tesco's own ground coffee. However, it's like a stronger tasting one. It's called espresso or something. And so now it does 1.5 cups worth, I would say. And then I top up with a little bit of instant, and I know it's a bit of a compromise in flavour, but you know, that's what I'm doing at the moment. This one here, it's the same price as the normal one. I normally get the Italian inspired. Yeah, it says on it, for an intensely strong cup. That'd probably do for most people. I'm a strong flavour, low caffeine kind of girl, or no caffeine. That's a decaf one there going in. I was just taking a little toilet break whilst editing just now, and I happened to notice in the mirror I've got a few grey hairs coming. I did notice one absolutely ages ago, and sort of, I don't know if it fell out or something, but no, I've got a few now. It's about time really, because I am 50, you know. I don't know how much I can zoom in really without it going a bit blurry. I think that's optimal. Can you see any? Because a lot of this is my natural colour now, because I haven't dyed it for ages. Well, there was definitely a couple along here anyway. When it comes to getting older, I'm just intending to be grateful that I'm still here. Right, I'm going to get back to work. Right, it's 12 o'clock. I reckon it's lunchtime. I have this from the other day. I'm going to eat that, I think. Contemplating adding some leftover veg from last night to use it up. There's not much. Yeah, I'll do that. This will save me having to take any kind of packed lunch. I'm leaving at 1 today. So, yeah. Let's just think ahead. Eat before I go. I'm not a very great lover of carrots, but I will eat them, and my daughter likes them now. She went off them for a while. Good, that's those pans washed up while that's heated up. It is now piping hot all the way through. You've got to be careful with rice, haven't you? And that got me thinking. I was, washing away, thinking, right, it's got to be piping hot all the way through. And I thought, hang on a minute. What does piping hot even mean? That's a bit of a non-descriptive, rather inaccurate. Is it to do with pipes where steam comes through a whistle? Boop, boop. So therefore it has to be boiling. Piping. Piping's to do with cake. Right, I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to ask ChatGPT where the expression comes from. ChatGPT is very helpful, but don't believe it all the time. I'm sure you don't. This is just the ChatGPT app. ChatGPT, are you there?
Hey there, how's it going?
Oh yeah, it's good, thank you. Right, I've got a question for you. I just thought you were asleep then. So here's my question. Using, for example, the phrase cooking your rice until it is piping hot all the way through, what does the piping bit refer to exactly?
I'm awake. Glad you're doing well. The phrase piping hot comes from the idea of something being so hot that it could cause steam to shoot out like it does in the pipe of a kettle or a steam engine. So, piping hot suggests that something is extremely hot, often to the point where you can almost see or feel the steam rising from it. The piping part is tied to the idea of steam or heat being strong enough to escape through a pipe, which is why we use it for things like food that's scalding hot.
Thank you.
Is there a particular food you're thinking about using that phrase for?
Rice.
That makes perfect sense. When rice is piping hot, it usually means it's steaming and perfectly heated through, so you can almost see the heat rising from it, especially if you've just cooked it. It's the kind of heat that makes the room feel a bit warmer.
It does, right?
I guess that's the perfect way to describe it when you want your rice to be just right.
Okay, all right, bye. That answered that then. There's my piping hot rice. Woo woo! I had a very enjoyable lunch and I watched the vlog and just kind of chilled out. I was totally going to spend today like reading on the sofa or something, but I didn't, of course. But I did get a couple of vlogs scheduled, so I was pretty pleased about that. And I find that relaxing anyway. Yeah, I'll be going quite soon in the next 15 minutes, so I'm going to get myself organised and ready to leave. Oh, it'll be nice to have a flute lesson again. I haven't had one for absolutely ages because just logistics, basically. I'm looking forward to sitting in Costa later. I might read in Costa. Let's see. Once I've filmed something, I just want to edit it. I can't help myself. It never gets old. I've been doing this 8.5 years. 8.5 years, and I'm still bursting with excitement to edit every single thing I've filmed ever. Oh, I actually splashed out and got Kleenex tissues the other day, and I only ever get the cheap ones. And I tell you what, they're not soft compared to the cheap ones. It's like a revelation after all these years. I do wonder, as somebody that's prone to getting cold sores around my nose, whether I ought to get softer tissues, because the other ones are probably a bit more abrasive and more likely to break the skin, and then that's when the infection sets in, isn't it? So, the viral infection, and then I think it ends up being a bacterial as well after a while. End up with two things. But yes, I liked the box, you see. I thought that's pretty. Oh, and I haven't gone yet because I just thought about something that I was thinking about today and I thought I'd just share it with you. I kind of got sort of diagnosed with having silent reflux. I mean, it wasn't like a proper diagnosis as in nobody looked down my throat or anything like that. I just described my symptoms verbally in a consultation. And they said, oh, that sounds like silent reflux. Take Gaviscon Advance. And I've been just looking into it this morning because I thought, oh no, am I coming on with a cold? Because I was getting a few cold symptoms. I thought, oh, that's rotten timing. But then I remembered that I'd read something about silent reflux producing symptoms similar to a cold. So if you're interested, then Google it by all means, and you'll find out that loads of cold symptoms are present with it, like periodically when it sort of comes up. So I ought to try and get myself some Gaviscon Advance, I think, because I think it would be better for the flute playing. I don't think I'd bother otherwise, but I think it would be better for breathing and stuff. But yeah, so I woke up like feeling slightly sore eyes, sore throat, runny nose, and apparently all that can be silent reflux. Oh, and feeling like I need to clear my throat all the time. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I'll try some Gaviscon Advance when I get a chance to go to a proper chemist that sells it. Oh, it's expensive though. I tell you what, I ended up getting normal Gaviscon. Apparently it's nowhere near as good because it doesn't coat the top of the stomach contents, something like that. Oh, Google and check if you're interested, if you think it might apply to you. Been having a lovely peaceful time on the train. I've been looking at my YouTube channel. Look, I'm 4 subs away from 10k as I film this. Hopefully by the time you see this it's gone over it and not gone back down. I'm in the co-op because I'm a bit early. I'm looking for Gaviscon Advance. I see Gaviscon Double Action. It's not the same thing. That's still £6.50 though, look. Actually, I presume it's not the same thing. I'll just Google quickly. Answer is no, it's not. I'm here 25 minutes before my lesson. I've been to the loo because, it's a long commute. I'm going to have a little sneaky snack. Almost. And then I'm going to just find an empty practice room. I actually unbooked it. Okay, I have no idea what I was just telling you because Ellie came along and we had a good old chit chat. I'm still eating crisps. I have got 10 minutes till my lesson, which I think is next door actually. I'll check. This is my nice big practice room. I should have come in here with ensemble actually because it's quite big and it's only a little piano in there. It doesn't take up half the room. Oh well, too late now. Got me cup of tea anyway. My flute lesson is done and thank you so much to Muggy Ann, aka Margaret, for today's Buy Me a Coffee. It's a decaffeinated cappuccino with Alpro coconut soy milk with chocolate on top and I'm going to enjoy every mouthful of that. I've also treated myself to a cheese and tomato toasty. Oh yeah. So good. So how was the flute lesson? The flute lesson was very nice, thank you very much. She wasn't savage with me. Bearing in mind 2 of the pieces she hadn't heard at all, and I could have done very naughty things with them, as in not appropriate to the genre. Knowing me, I probably would have, but no, she made some suggestions, and yeah, it's all good, it's all good. So I've got a bit of time now to eat this before I have to go to my rehearsal with the pianist, and then I'm done for the day then, so we'll see how that goes. One of the pieces, which is a Bach one, and it's a fast one with a lot of notes in, I'm really struggling with the stamina of it as it just keeps going. But she's made some suggestions about slowing and speeding some little bits down between the sections, so that might help a bit actually on a practical level, as well as making it more musical. So I can try that out. Okay, I've just finished for the day. I am going home now. This was the scene of the latest rehearsal. So yeah, all done. It was just a quick half an hour and I'm gonna head home. I am home. I don't even know what time it is. I never look at the clock. I open my mouth to tell you what the time is, and then I end up whipping my head around. It's 20 to 8. I've just got in. Izzy's still out. She's been to see a friend's performance, I think, and she's probably hanging out with him after that has finished. Probably. She said she doesn't need feeding tonight. She is sorting herself out. So I'm going to raid the fridge, basically, and cook lots of things that need eating. So I'm going to do that in a minute. But anyway, yeah, so my last day really in uni before the recital. Help, help, oh no, oh no. Yeah, so the last rehearsal, it was fine really. I mean, I'm playing a bit ropey because I'm really worn out. I'm messing up in a different place every time. Apart from those places I told you about the other day, I'm still messing up there. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. I'll just play as musically as I can and hope for the best, I think. I definitely need some rest days. I'm going to try not to play tomorrow. If I do play, it's going to be very light and gentle. I'm going to do a lot of reading the parts, and really going over all the notes that I've made about stylistic things, you know, things that have been suggested to me in the lessons, things I've thought of myself, things the pianist has suggested, just all that stuff. Oh, I might listen to some recordings and just... because I really, really need to stop playing for a bit. My teacher was saying, Imogen, if people are training for a marathon, they do not run a marathon every day before the big day of the marathon. They have rest leading up to it, and that's what musicians need to do. And the other students were saying the same thing as well. Everybody I spoke to is pretty much feeling the same feelings as me, really. Just sort of coming to terms with the bits that are probably going to go wrong or have a high likelihood of going wrong on the day, and just, you know, we've done so much now, but now is not the time to be really drill and really wearing our body parts out that are involved in doing those drillings. Anyway, right, let's see what we've got to eat. This is what I've got, and that whooshy whooshy noise is my dishwasher, which I put on as soon as I got in because I noticed it was almost full and there were a few bits lying around that I could use to fill it up. So yes, ginger. I mean, that doesn't desperately need using. Now, my daughter's a bit of a one for opening things like this, eating a bit and then leaving the rest. So I'm just going to eat it because I know what'll happen, it'll go off, and if she wants some more, there's some more unopened packets in the cupboard. So it's going to be a rice dish. We've got mushrooms, yummy. Got volo nero. Thank you very much for the helpful comments about that in tonight's vlog. Courgette, yeah, I'll use a bit of that. All these beans, yeah, I'll use those. Tomatoes. Now I think tomatoes can go very nicely with rice, actually. Got a bit of aubergine as well, I'll use that up. Marvellous. Right, let's make a feast. I've gone crazy for the chickpeas. I'm nearly ready to serve up. Do you know, I forgot the flipping tomatoes. I have put them in, but I put them in really last minute, so they'll be fresh and crunchy and very nice, I expect. I put one of these in. I also did my usual soy sauce. Oh, this gimbal, right, get... Oh... soy sauce, lemon juice, a fresh, well, it was a frozen chilli, but I chopped it up. It had been a fresh one. Ginger, and I think that's about it really. So it's fairly basic by my standards. There's my lovely din-dins in a bowl. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please give it a like if you happen to like it, if you'd like to help this little channel to grow. I'll pop some playlists on the end screen here, just in case you'd like to click on some more videos from me right now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!